This soliloquy is a conversation between Emilia and Othello shortly after Othello had killed Desdemona. Emilia's wisdom and bravery was demonstrated in this soliloquy, as she had figured out the truth behind Iago's schemes and was unafraid to reveal the truth to Othello and anyone else involved in the situation, including her own husband, Iago, who had ultimately killed her as well for her truthful and brave actions, considering he was at fault for this tragedy. Emilia is an extremely strong character who does not fall into the average woman's status quo for a woman of her time. Order is also restored as an effect of Emilia's actions, as the truth has been revealed and everyone is viewed as they are. Desdemona and Cassio are innocent, and Iago is a deceitful monster. Through this, Emilia can be looked upon as a hero for her bravery, strength, and determination.
In Act 5, Scene 2, line 130, Othello says to Emilia, "She's like a liar gone to burning hell." This simile is portraying how Othello now sees Desdemona in his newly tainted thoughts. He still believes she was lying even when she was telling him the truth, and believes she is going to hell with all she has done, but in reality has not done anything wrong. Readers can see the contrast of Othello's thoughts on Desdemona and how they have progressively changed over time.
In Act 5, Scene 2, on line 147, Othello says she was as false as water. This simile was used to compare Desdemona's innocence and faithfulness to something that is so worthless and meaningless that is water. Readers can see the low extent to which Othello views Desdemona as a person.
In Act 5, Scene 2, line 136, Emilia is speaking to Othello and trying to show him reason, but he is still not listening, so she says, "Thou art rash as fire to say," meaning that Othello accuses wrongly off of accusations and does not think before he carries out his actions. She also wants Othello to see Desdemona for what she truly was and not some made-up rumor that makes her seem so horrible. She thinks that Othello was wrong for believing the rumors with no proof and should have gotten down to the truth.
In Act 5, Scene 2, line 218, the quote, "No, I will speak as liberal as the North," was said by Emilia to compare her freedom of speech and willingness to speak up for the truth to the freedom of those who live in northern areas. This simile is a representation of her strength and bravery.
Irony is present in the text between Iago and Emilia. This is because while they are conversing, readers can see and tell that Iago doesn't have control over the situation and basically does not have any control over Emilia and what she's going to reveal. This prevails situational irony because during majority of the play, everyone is being controlled and played by Iago, but the one person that he should be able to control, which is his significant other, he cannot. In this scene, there is conflict present between Emilia and Othello, as Emilia has found out the truth and tries to tell Othello what he has done is wrong and is a mistake. The conflict occurs when Othello starts to resent what she's saying and sticks to what Iago has told him, struggling with what to believe until he finds out about the handkerchief.
The second conflict is person versus person, which is between Emilia and Iago. This is the most important conflict as it leads readers up to the disclosure of the truth. Emilia knows Iago best, considering he is her husband. Therefore, she uses this knowledge to her advantage. Nonetheless, after several threats made by Iago to Emilia to never speak of this truth, she does so anyways, for it is what is right, and ultimately leads her to her death, which is another representation of Emilia's strength and bravery.
Shakespeare's Othello character, Emilia, is a strong, independent woman, especially in comparison to Desdemona, that is portrayed in the play. This is seen when Emilia stood up for what was right in her weakest moments. She was the only one who recognized horrible Iago for what he was and was not afraid to speak it, even though he's supposed to be someone who she loves, cares, and listens to and for. Emilia even portrayed how she blindly had a huge part in Desdemona's death when she gave Iago the handkerchief, unaware of his intentions and schemes. Realizing this fact, Emilia takes it into her own hands to redeem herself by cleaning out Desdemona's name and letting everyone know that Desdemona was honest and true and was nothing close to unfaithfulness. Emilia sacrifices her life to put order into the plot, even in her most vulnerable moments. Throughout the play, Emilia is seen almost as an opposite to Desdemona. Not as gentle and naive, she seems to know more about the world and the awfulness of it, but in the end, Shakespeare portrays how Emilia is a very noble, trusting, and honest woman. Shakespeare wanted to make a statement about this character, seeing as what Emilia uncovered in the end, and the fact that Shakespeare chose the only woman in the play to step up to the plate and restore all that was right. A very present theme in Shakespeare's Othello is the role of women. Back in the Elizabethan era, we learn that things and norms of society have been much different, a huge norm being the role of women. Off the bat, we can see that Shakespeare was brave and made a significant change by putting a very strong and powerful female character in the play, because it was not always the way women were portrayed back then. This is significant to the play because it shows that men are not the only ones who can have these types of characteristics, and had paved the way for women because of how important the message Shakespeare portrays. Throughout the play, Shakespeare notes through Emilia her views on men and how they treat women. She views this as wrong and believes women should be treated as equals. Readers can see in Emilia's soliloquy that Shakespeare chose her to be a voice for women. By Emilia's words and actions, Shakespeare also portrays how women can be more noble and trustworthy than men, despite stereotypes back then.